Alright, then we've got Black Summer, published by Avatar Comics. Here is a creative team. This comic uses lots of aggressive line work like this, or this, here, and here. Alright, I need to get some disclaimers out of the way. One, this is not a comic for kids. I would say it's rated somewhere between R and NC-17 if it was a movie. It is incredibly graphic, there's plenty of profanity, just a bunch of stuff. It is also very political. If you don't want politics, do not read this. Alright, and this was requested by Comic Punk Guy. Alright, so this comic is about a man called John Horace who kills the president to basically force the country to do what he wants to do. He wants free elections and stuff like that, because the government is corrupt and he wants to get rid of that. And then it follows the members of the Seven Guns who used to be aligned with John Horace. There are a bunch of them, there are obviously several, but I'm not going to name all of them. So kind of the main character is actually Tom, and one of his old friends, Frank, tries to kill him. This gets Tom back into the game. He gets rescued after his friends end up murdering lots of military. Then he fakes his own death using a tank to antagonize his friends to go after the military. And the bad guys have people that are similar to them in powers. And honestly, their powers are really, really cool. They're all enhancements, and they all revolve around guns. It's very, very interesting. They have super speed, super strength and durability, flight, super intelligence. John Horace has like eyes that can do stuff. And two of them, Frank and Laura, they don't discuss. I think Laura probably has fire powers because they call her Laura Torch. But so Tom does all of this to get Frank, who was thought dead but re-emerged to try to kill Tom, and John in the same place, which is Laura's grave. Laura was Tom's ex who died. He does all of this just to kill them in a very fantastic way. And that's basically the end of that. But I do want to talk about the art, because the art is very off-putting, but it's very much in the tone that the comic is in. It is hyper detailed, because like I said, there's lots of lines everywhere. There are scenes that are just cluttered with lines, and it just makes everything feel kind of dark. It is really cool art style, kind of off-putting to me, but it works for what it needs to do. This is not a comic I ever would have heard of if it had not been for Comic Punk Guy, and I'm glad he had me read it. It is one that I purchased on my own, and on Comixology, all of them are like $16 total, so like $2 per. Which is a pretty good deal, because it's a really well-written comic. So if you're okay with the themes and the gore and the politics, read it, definitely.